You gotta know everyone else's business? No? Just trying to make conversations.
This may seem like an obvious statement, but Julia Mackey is not a little girl, nor is she an elderly man. However, it may bear repeating for those who witness her remarkable performance and transformations in Jake's Gift.
You mean because you're so old? Yep.
In the one-woman show, she inhabits a total of 4 characters, the main one being a World War II veteran named Jake who returns to Normandy, and a little girl, Isabel.
I never feel like I'm alone on stage. I feel like there's 4 people up there, and I just step out of the way and they tell the story.
Creating the play was a labor of love for Mackey and included her own visit to Normandy on the 60th anniversary of D-Day in 2004. It was initially envisioned as a more traditional play, but evolved into the one-woman show.
I wasn't initially sure that it was going to be a solo performance piece, but because I wrote it, I had that sense of who each of these people were. I literally just stood at a music stand for the first few weeks of getting it up on its feet and just deciding what physicality would be.
Mackey interviewed several D-Day veterans to get their story to help tell Jake's, but says she still wasn't prepared for the reality of being in Normandy with them, as well as those who didn't return home.
I knew going in that it would be possibly a quite emotional experience, but I never anticipated how emotional, and it's quite an astonishing thing to walk into those cemeteries filled with thousands and thousands of Canadians who never got a chance to build a life for themselves.
In the show, Jake is looking for the grave of his brother who died on D-Day, when he meets Isabel, who lives in the local village near Juno Beach.
Really? Can I meet him too? Well, no, you can't meet him. I mean, he's here, but...
It is not surprisingly an exhausting show for Mackey, who has been performing it for the past decade. But she plans to keep it going as long as possible.
This is really my love letter to all of our veterans, and just to thank them for their service. And so I want to continue to tell this story as long as I can. And I've promised my 98-year-old girlfriends and boyfriends that I'll try and do that for as long as I can.
Jake's Gift plays at Persephone Theater's Backstage stage through October 15th. In Saskatoon, I'm Simon Hyatt reporting.
You've never come back here to visit your brother? No, I haven't.